The following episode describes graphic details of a fatal hit-and-run crash. Listener discretion is advised. It's around 6 p.m. Sunday, October 29th, 2017. As heavy rain poured and winds howled in East Brookfield, Lisa Germain left her group of friends at Dunny's Tavern. Lisa was a nurse and was scheduled to work that night at Metro West Medical Center in Framingham. Lisa's car was parked across the street from Dunny's. One driver stopped to let her cross East Main Street, but the driver heading westbound didn't slow down. Lisa was struck by the speeding vehicle, and her body was thrown into her own parked car. The driver fled the scene. Lisa would later die at Harrington Hospital from blunt trauma injuries. Conflicting reports have indicated it could have been a sedan or a pickup truck or maybe an SUV that hit Lisa that night. More than 6 years later, the fatal hit-and-run crash remains unsolved. Welcome back to Unsolved Worcester. I'm your host, Dan Yeager. News of the fatal hit-and-run crash that took the life of 54-year-old Lisa Germain spread quickly across central Massachusetts and the Metro West area. On a stormy night in October 2017, Lisa met her friends at the then Dunny's Tavern on East Main Street and Route 9 along Lake Lashaway in East Brookfield. Here's some live music at the bar's Sunday Blues Jam. She left Dunny's around 6 p.m. She needed to get home to Worcester to get ready for her overnight shift at Metro West Medical Center in Framingham. While walking toward her car, Lisa was struck by a driver heading west on Route 9. The driver kept going, leaving Lisa on the side of the road. Unsolved Worcester takes a deep dive every Tuesday into the unsolved murders and missing persons cases under investigation by the Worcester Police Department's Detective Unit and the Massachusetts State Police. Our goal is to remind residents of the Worcester area, both past and present, that there are dozens of unsolved homicides and missing persons cases that need resolution. We hope we can be the spark needed to solve a case. Be sure to visit Unsolved Worcester on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen to all episodes for free at unsolvedworcester.com and on your favorite podcast streaming platforms. Check out the video for this episode with exclusive aerial views and more on the Unsolved Worcester YouTube page. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Lisa Germain worked as a neonatal intensive care unit nurse at Metro West Medical Center in Framingham. She had been a nurse for nearly 20 years at the time of her death. Lisa was a breast cancer survivor. She had been diagnosed in 2009. Lisa's daughter described her mom as a warrior and her inspiration to also become a nurse. Her friends described Lisa as happy, beautiful, compassionate, devoted, an adventurer, a mentor, someone who loved the beach, music, and dancing, and helping children. At the time of her death, Lisa lived at the Lakeshore condominiums on Lake Avenue in Worcester, roughly 30 minutes east of Dunny's Tavern in East Brookfield, and 30 minutes west of the Metro West Medical Center in Framingham. She enjoyed the view of Lake Quinsigamond from her condo. Lisa was born in Worcester, but grew up in Leicester. She graduated from Leicester High School and Becker College. When Lisa died, she left her daughter, 2 sisters, brothers-in-law, nieces, nephews, and more family and friends. Coming up, police search for the vehicle that struck Lisa Germain, and it could be an SUV, a sedan, or even a pickup truck. The first reports following the hit-and-run crash that killed Lisa Germain indicated the driver that hit her might not have even known they did. Police said because of the heavy rain and strong winds, the driver heading southbound along East Main Street, a tight two-lane road near the center of East Brookfield, may have clipped Lisa without even knowing it. Lisa was thrown into her own car, causing a large dent on the side of her vehicle. Witnesses told police at the scene that they believed the car that hit Lisa was a dark-colored SUV, possibly a GMC Envoy or Terrain, or a Ford Escape. Police believed the car would have damage on the passenger side. After Lisa was struck, witnesses ran to her to administer first aid and CPR. She was quickly taken away in an ambulance to Harrington Hospital in Southbridge, where she would be pronounced dead. She died from blunt force trauma. For over 2 hours after the crash, Route 9 was closed as police collected evidence and spoke to witnesses. Investigators issued a plea for the driver to come forward, but no one ever did. Days after Lisa's death, police released 2 images of vehicles that may have been involved in the fatal hit-and-run. One of the dark-colored SUV, the other of a pickup truck. In early December 2017, images of a third vehicle were released to the public, this time a gray sedan. East Brookfield police told reporters that due to the bad weather and the poor surveillance video options in the area of the crash, they were having trouble narrowing down which vehicle hit Lisa. Boston 25 News reported recently that surveillance cameras in the area switched to infrared because of the rain and the fog that night. And East Brookfield police sent video images to the FBI to have them enhanced, but that didn't work well either. About 5 weeks after Lisa Germain was killed, a candlelight vigil was held in the center of Leicester in her memory. A heart shaped by candles was placed on Leicester Town Common, and dozens of Lisa's friends, family members, and neighbors showed up to mourn together. Lisa's daughter spoke to the crowd at the vigil, calling for her mother's killer to come forward.
Justice needs to be served for her. My family, friends, and I need answers. We need to be able to put this part of the tragedy to rest so that we may honor my mom and grieve our deep loss.
Today, a Facebook community called Justice for Lisa has more than 1,200 followers. Each anniversary of Lisa's death, and on her birthday each year, photos celebrating Lisa's life are shared with community members or posted, along with calls to the page followers to share Lisa's story, and pleas for someone to come forward with information. Lisa Germain's death is under investigation by Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office and the East Brookfield Police Department. A white cross hangs on a telephone pole along East Main Street in East Brookfield, near where Lisa was killed. Thank you for listening. I'm Dan Yeager. Don't miss another episode. Click the notification button to get alerts when new episodes of Unsolved Worcester drop. If you enjoyed listening to this episode, please consider clicking the like button for us. And if you subscribe, the next episodes will show up in your feed. Click the bell on the right and select all, and you'll get a notification of when the next episode is ready. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. We do read them all and respond to as many as we can. Anyone with information about the fatal hit-and-run crash killing Lisa Germain are asked to contact the East Brookfield Police Department at 508-867-6130 or the Massachusetts State Police at 508-832-9124 or the Worcester County District Attorney's Office at 508-453-7589 or by email at worcesterdaunresolved@mass.gov. Come back for episode 6 of Unsolved Worcester Season 6 and the unsolved murder of Holly Jean Coate in March 1984. Holly's naked body was discovered by canoeists in June 1984 in the water near Birch Hill Dam in Royalston. She had been strangled to death. Special thanks to the Worcester Public Library, the Worcester Police Department, the City of Worcester, and our sponsors for making this possible. Information on Lisa Germain's death was gathered from multiple resources, including the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, the Worcester Telegram and Gazette, Boston 25 News, Patch.com, Mass Live, CBS Boston, NBC Boston, and more. The Unsolved Worcester podcast music is provided by Tom LaBelzik of the Worcester Jazz Collective. This episode is written and produced by Pat Sargent. Drone footage provided by Ron Scott at Chasing Daylight Studio. Videography and editing by Colin Turner. This program is supported in part by a grant from the Worcester Arts Council and the National Endowment for the Arts. To find out more about how National Endowment for the Arts grants impact individuals and communities, visit www.arts.gov.